Now on CoastTV News.
Bethany Beach Wawa arrests what police say happened. People showing support together with one cause in mind. Two tragic events with ties to the Ocean City Police Department, all happening in the last 48 hours.
And we had plenty of sunshine today on Delmarva with seasonable temperatures, and it gets even better from here on out. We're tracking temperatures in the 50s and 60s into the final week of February. We'll break it all down in my full forecast here in minutes.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Good Sunday evening. I'm Brandon Ferguson, and welcome to CoastTV News at 11. Tonight, we begin in Lewes. In the first town, actions spoke louder than words today. People came together to stand in support for the people in Ukraine. CoastTV News reporter Kevin Sapay shows us how the community came together with one message in mind.
Debbie Daly was the first person to set up shop outside the Zwannendale Museum to show her support for the people in Ukraine. And minutes later, dozens stood right by her side.
It's a group of us who are standing up to support the people of Ukraine and what's going on in their country.
On Sunday, a silent vigil was held in Lewes to remember the people of Ukraine who are defending their nation against Russia. At 1 p.m., everyone stood in a line and held up signs, drawings, and flags in silence, which led to honks of support. Mark Harris organized the gathering and says this is the least they can do.
The purpose of this is not to be angry or to be vindictive or to be snarly. The object of this is to remember the people who we believe have been wronged and who need to be supported.
With hopes to encourage more people to show their support, people were glad to see Delaware State Representative Claire Snyder-Hall out near the sidewalks, standing right beside them, showing her support.
Let's work to make it so.
This war never should have started, and I hope that there's a just end to the war as soon as possible.
According to Harris, ways you can make a difference is by contacting your local government in show of support of Ukraine. I'm Kevin Zapay in Lewes, CoastTV News.
President Donald Trump met with the president of Poland in a meeting that took place on the sidelines of the Conservative Political Action Conference last night in Maryland. The two leaders likely discussed the war in Ukraine. The Poland president has said that he spoke to Ukrainian President Zelensky and urged him to negotiate with U.S. and Russia. A Middletown man was arrested after allegedly assaulting a Wawa employee in Rehoboth Beach. Bethany Beach police were called to the Wawa on Garfield Parkway around 1 o'clock this morning, and police say 20-year-old Evan Jones was taken into custody after Jones assaulted an employee. Police also smelled alcohol on his breath. Officers confirmed Jones was over the legal limit. He's now facing several charges, including assault and DUI. A traffic stop turned deadly Friday night in Virginia Beach. Police said two of their officers were shot and killed, and one of those officers had connections to the Ocean City Police Department. Cameron Gervin started his law enforcement career with the Ocean City Police Department in 2018. Gervin served as a public safety aide and was assigned to the boardwalk during the evening shift. Gervin became a police officer with the Virginia Beach Police Department in 2020. Another tragic event that ties back to the Ocean City Police Department, Officer Andrew Dort, formerly of Ocean City and now with West York Borough PD, died yesterday during a hospital shooting that injured 5 and took the life of Dort at UPMC Memorial Hospital. Interim Chief Michael Colbert saying this in part about the deaths, quote, "Losing one of our own, no matter where they served, is a profound reminder of the risk we take and the bond we share," end quote. In Selbyville, the police department is asking the public's help with a robbery at Marley's Smoke Shop that happened early this morning. On your screen now is the alleged robber's car. Police say there are 6 suspects, and anyone with information is urged to contact authorities. The Indian River Power Plant started serving Delaware in 1957. An NRG announced that Unit 4, which was originally slated for a June 22 retirement, will now close tomorrow on February 24th, though the site's peaking combustion turbine will continue operating until June 1st, 2026. Transition support and severance are being offered to affected employees. In Harbison, Danish Power, giant Ørsted, via its U.S. subsidiary Skipjack Offshore Energy, has acquired a 64-acre property near Harbison for $5.2 million. The site on your screen now is located at Walker and Diamond Farm Roads, with Sussex County records confirming the sale on January 31st. Future plans for the land remain unconfirmed. For the full story on this land being purchased, visit the article posted on CoastTV.com. And drivers who come through Milton are about to experience some road closures around the corner. DelDOT says Front Street between Route 5 and Cave Neck Road will be closed to repair a wastewater main line. Closures start tomorrow, February 24th, and are expected to last through March 3rd. In Milford, there's going to be some road work starting tomorrow as well. Starting this week, crews will begin test pitting Washington Street to inspect utility depths and materials ahead of excavation work set to begin the week of March 3rd. Message boards about the work will be posted at both ends of the street. Staying in Milford, the police department is going green. The department recently unveiled its new electric vehicle fleet. The 3 new EVs will allow the department to reduce its carbon footprint while promoting sustainable energy solutions. They say the new fleet and new charging stations were brought with the help of the grant funding from Energize Delaware. Rising electric bills will be the focus of a joint meeting tomorrow at Legislative Hall in Dover. At 1 o'clock, the Senate Energy, Environment, and Transportation Committee, along with the Natural Resource and Energy Committee, will hear from some big power players in the first state. Those include PJM and the Delaware State Energy Office. They're set to discuss reliability of electrical supply, Delaware's energy policies, and more. And this hearing could provide more clarity on what's driving those record high power bills and whether any relief is on the horizon for Delawareans. In Wicomico County, a power outage affected hundreds of Choptank Electric Cooperative customers this morning, initially impacting around 1,300 customers at 6 a.m. That number dropped to just under 700 by 9:30 in the morning, and power was fully restored at 11:05 for crews, and they're still investigating the cause of this outage. In Lincoln today, check out these great visuals on your screen from Ellendale Fire Company. Officials say crews quickly controlled the flames using an on-site loader, hand lines, and deck gun. Fire duty officers are aware that the pile is still smoldering throughout the day, and the site contractors are aware before work starts tomorrow. As we now take a live look into Milford, we bring in our first alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobuono. Chris, a calm and chilly day today.
Yeah, it was really nice out there, and this is the first of many warmer days ahead, kind of kick-starting us, if you will. We were right on our seasonal average for this time of year, so we were right on point. 49 was our high in Georgetown and Salisbury, 50 in Ocean City, 51 Wallops Islands, and we were at 48 in Cambridge. We're mainly clear at the moment in Milford, 36 degrees. Temperatures right now hovering in the upper 20s. We're at 28 Ocean Pines, 29 Salisbury, 31 Milton, and 37 in Rehoboth Beach. Temperatures tonight not dropping off all that much. We have a weak disturbance back off to our west. That's going to filter in a few clouds to the overnight. Other than that, we're going to be basking in the sunshine for our Monday. Temperatures in the lower to mid-50s, and it gets even better Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're surging into the lower to mid-60s. It's going to feel very nice for tomorrow. As I mentioned, plenty of sunshine for tomorrow afternoon, with temperatures rounding out in the mid-50s. We'll talk more about the warm-up and when we will see maybe some rain chances later on in the week. We'll talk more about that in the full 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Chris. And we have an update from a story we ran yesterday. Maryland State Police released the name of the man who was found dead with gunshot wounds after a welfare check was conducted. Maryland State Police identified Roy Walters as that man. Police say they were called to a home on Parsons Road just before 6 o'clock yesterday. Maryland State Police is leading this investigation, and police are now asking the public in help with locating 31-year-old Jabril Walters of Princess Anne. According to law enforcement, he is the son of the victim, Roy Walters, and has an outstanding warrant for his arrest. related to a first-degree assault that occurred in July of last year. In Milton, the town will hold its municipal election in just under a week next Saturday on March 1st from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Milton Fire Department. Mayor and 2 town council seats are up for grab next Saturday, and we'll have full coverage and an in-depth look at the candidates next week. The Ocean City Police are warning locals about a scam post circulating on local Facebook groups that falsely claims an unknown child was dumped by the roadside. OC Police confirmed that this report is fake and to look out for key red flags in fake posts, including typos and location names, inconsistent fonts and spacing, disabled comments, and profiles that are just lacking genuine local content. Always verify alarming posts with law enforcement. In Worcester County, they're putting a pause on shellfish harvesting. In Ocean Pines, 200 gallons of sewage has infested the water of Manklin Creek. Worcester County Public Works crews identified and repaired a 10-inch sewer main break near the corner of Ocean Parkway and Cathell Road in Ocean Pines. After contacting the Maryland Department of Environment, Manklin Creek has now been on a temporary pause for shellfish harvesting. According to the county, the closure will remain in effect until March 1st. Coming up tomorrow evening on Coast TV News, tune in for Ocean City dredging. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers are expected to begin dredging in Ocean City this Tuesday. This dredging is necessary to maintain access for larger vessels. Tune in tomorrow for the full story. And still to come tonight on Coast TV News at 11, a Delta flight making an emergency landing in L.A. and a father and son rescued from the mountains of Utah. That's coming up.
Well, it'll be a chilly start to our Monday with temperatures in the upper 20s, but a gorgeous afternoon as we get up, well, into the lower to mid 50s by the afternoon, and that warming trend will continue through the week. We'll talk all about it in my full forecast right after the break.
You push it. You try to hold them shut, but your doors won't stay closed no matter what. Introducing Ruby Monkey Magnets. Ultra-thin magnetic plates that will keep your doors and drawers shut. Just peel to reveal the super strong adhesive. Place the monkey, then the magnet, and close. Installation is that simple, and now you have a door that will stay shut. The secret is the ultra-strong industrial magnet's powerful attraction that holds tight. Monkey magnets work on most surfaces and are perfect for cabinets, dresser drawers, sliding closet doors, and more. Even your outdoor problems are solved in an instant because they're corrosion and rust resistant. Call or go online now to get 8 sets of monkey magnets for only $9.99. Due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get monkey magnets at this low price. There is a strict limit of 1 house pack per order. Call now.
Call 1-800-453-9032. That's 1-800-453-9032. Call or visit getmonkeymagnets.com. So call 1-800-453-9032 now.
Well, hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. We certainly did pretty good weather-wise. It was chilly yesterday, not too bad today. We saw seasonable temperatures. Right now, we are holding at 29 in Salisbury. Winds are pretty calm across the area. We're at 31 Del Mar, 30 Georgetown, 28 Ocean Pines. We're at 36 in Bethany Beach and 37 in Rehoboth. Temperatures not dropping off all that much tonight. We'll have a few clouds roll in, all thanks to this weak disturbance back off to the west, but pretty quiet. Much back off towards portions of the Ohio River Valley and Tennessee River Valleys as high pressure builds in and we see that warming trend. Well, this is something pretty cool that's going to happen later on in the week. This planetary parade, a rare event where all 7 of these planets are going to be in alignment. It's a rare event. We had a similar event earlier back in January where we saw 6 of these planets, but this is going to be a very cool event, and we should be able to see it. We may have some clear skies as we go into Friday. We'll talk more about that later on in the week. 29 overnight, a mix of clouds and stars, a pleasant night, a marvelous Monday, 54 Milford. We'll see 53 in Lewes, a gorgeous day, 54 Easton, 53 in Cambridge, 54 Salisbury, 46 Crisfield with that wind coming off the bay, a little cooler there, 50 in Chicoutimi. So there's the sunny skies as we go into our Monday. We'll see a weak frontal boundary move through late Monday night and early Tuesday. That will bring a few clouds. By Tuesday, we are in the lower 60s, a bit more cloud cover, some higher clouds, filtered sunshine, and then we're going to continue that sunshine into Wednesday as higher pressure settles in and that milder flow of air pushes into Delmarva. Cold front back off to the west. That's not going to be pushing through until looks like late Thursday. With that said, pretty nice few days to get that car washed, maybe to get that salt that's caked up on your car off. Pretty good washing your car days here over the next 3 days with those temperatures getting up into the 60s and plenty of sunshine. As far as precipitation chances go, we're going to be pretty dry most of the week, and then we see that front roll through Thursday night. Not a whole lot of moisture associated with this front. You can see it pushing through Thursday night, clears out, and then we dry things out into Friday, and then there may be another disturbance that passes to our north, spreading rain back into the area. Looks like Saturday night into Sunday, but not seeing any major storm systems as far at least over the next 7 to 10 days. We're at 61 on Wednesday, just a beautiful stretch of the week here. 64 into Thursday with that late day rain chance. We cool things down briefly into Friday, 51, and then we're right back up into the upper 50s for next Saturday, and then we're back to a chilly 41 next Sunday.
The principal's first conference was underway today in Washington, D.C. Then it received a bomb threat, leading to the evacuation of a hotel room conference. Organizers say the threat was received at 12:15 this afternoon via email. It's still unclear exactly where this email originated from, and there's no evidence at this point indicating who is behind this email.
The email has contained obviously very detailed and credible threats, and then the hotel made the decision to evacuate this floor, and our attendees waited upstairs while the area was secured.
A Delta flight from Los Angeles International Airport headed to Sydney yesterday, but was forced to make an emergency landing after smoke was detected on board. The plane took off just after 9 p.m. and returned to LAX 30 minutes later. Upon returning to the gate, no smoke was in the cockpit. Pilots requested medical attention for passengers who may have been affected by smoke. All 162 passengers were then rebooked on a different flight. An American Airlines flight traveling from New York to New Delhi was diverted to Rome today for security reasons, according to officials from the airline. A source familiar with this situation tells NBC News the security threat aboard was a bomb threat on the plane. The source was sent via email, and the plane was escorted by 2 Italian Air Force fighter jets when it arrived into Italian airspace. The airline said the possible issue was determined to be non-credible and inspection was required before landing. The flight will stay in Rome overnight to allow for crews to rest before continuing to New Delhi tomorrow. A father and son were rescued last week after being stranded on a mountainside in southern Utah. The pair found themselves stranded. This video on your screen is from the rescue in progress, and the Washington County Sheriff's Office initiated a search and rescue mission after the man's wife had alerted the authorities that the two were missing. According to the Department of Public Safety, the helicopter found the pair in the early morning hours, and they were stranded on a shallow ledge. Video now showing the helicopter flying over the pair. They could be seen waving at the crews before eventually being hoisted up to safety. Coming up after the break, trails and more trees. The Lewes Parks and Recreation Commission takes a look at improving the city's environment. That's after the break.
Get more with DSN Plus. Subscribe today.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
Victory isn't just the finish line, it's the fire that drives us. Seizing opportunities, rising to challenges, and never backing down. At the Delmarva Sports Network, we celebrate the wins, big and small. We honor the hustle, the heart, and the heroes. Because DSN is where local teams become legends. It's where champions shine, and every victory inspires the next. Delmarva Sports Network, local teams, big dreams.
Short-term plans, long-term plans, park plans. That's what the Lewes Parks and Rec Commission discussed last week as they debate the future of the park systems in the city. As CoastTV News reporter Emma Aiken shows us, people in Lewes have strong visions for its environment.
Walking trails, trees, and beaches. They're all up for discussion as the Lewes Parks and Recreation Commission looks at the short and long-term plans for the park system in the city. Diana Firth, who lives in Lewes, has her own thoughts on which projects the city should prioritize.
I love nature, so I think it's incredibly important for everyone to do a lot of nature immersion. So more trees would be great. I see a lot of construction going on in the area, which is wonderful. But I also hope that we can keep trees. Lots of nature, trees, flowers, whatever we can do.
Kathy and Rick O'Connell, who also live in Lewes, have other concerns.
Just keeping it safe for walkers, bike riders would be a key to me. Continue to add trails every time you make a new development or whatever.
And connect the trails between the communities, so
yes.
You're not having to go out to the street to go to the other part of it.
Connection trail.
Right.
As the old saying goes, the grass is always greener on the other side. Depending on what comes of the Parks and Recreation meeting Tuesday, that may actually be the case in Lewes. A handful of the items being discussed at the meeting have to do with both Savannah and Johnny Walker Beach, including getting professional advice about the dune system in between the two beaches and new lighting at both beaches due to safety issues. In Lewes, Emma Aiken, CoastTV News.
Surging egg prices across the U.S. are starting to affect bakeries. The egg shortage is tied to the highly pathogenic bird flu virus, which infected flocks across the country last year. Some bakeries say they are now paying more than double the price from just a year ago. Other bakeries say they might have to start using so-called egg replacers. Another factor making business tough for bakeries is the sky-high price of cocoa. Good news for people who can't tolerate or just don't like dairy. It won't cost extra to get plant-based milk in your coffee at Dunkin' Donuts anymore. The restaurant chain says the new pricing will start March 5th. A spokesperson said the policy change was guided by guest feedback, but there's likely a lot more to the decision. First, competitors like Starbucks, Dutch Bros, Tim Hortons, and Scooters already made the change first. Still to come on CoastTV News at 11. Next, we take a look at NFL news. Another notable name coming to DSU to join head coach Deshaun Jackson.
Clap if you love your shell house. Grace sold us our house in Marsh Island. It was just like instant, we're gonna be friends. We couldn't be happier. We instantly clicked from the second we saw our lot to having each other at our son's birthday parties. It's so comforting to have someone help you through something that can be super overwhelming. Shell is happiness and Shell's home. And Shell is friends. It's friends. I was gonna say that.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. It has the motor and blades built right into the lid, so blend a shake at the gym, make pina coladas by poolside, or grind coffee beans for an iced cold brew on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 with free shipping. You'll also get 2 sipping lids, a second container, and the sports lid. Get it all for just $29.99. Order now.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
It's the incredible Red Dog, the amazing universal socket tool that fits, grips, and tightens virtually any fastener. Look at all the different sizes and shapes, nuts, bolts, and screws. Any head will do. Red Dog grabs on tight and locks into place fast. It replaces hundreds of different tools, yet it's smaller than a battery. 54 telescoping steel pins mold around any object. Then, up to 150 pounds of torque knock out rusted fasteners. You can get Red Dog for just $19.99. Breaking news: Red Dog may be discontinued. Due to supply chain shortages, Red Dog is stopping manufacturing immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 per order while supplies last. Order now.
Call 1-800-519-7208. That's 1-800-519-7208 or visit byreddog.com. Call 1-800-519-7208 now.
Another former NFL star is joining the lineup as football coach at Delaware State University. Clinton Portis has been named DSU's running back coach and run game coordinator. Portis rushed for just under 10,000 yards over his 9 NFL season. He was also a 2-time Pro Bowl selection. He joins NFL great and new head coach Deshaun Jackson at Delaware State University. This fall, the Los Angeles Chargers will play in their first international game since 2019. Last Wednesday, the NFL announced the Chargers' 2025 regular season opener will be in Brazil. The game will be played on September 5th at Corinthians Arena, and the Chargers will be designated as the home team. 7 international games have been confirmed for the next NFL season. 7 men from Chile have been charged in connection with a nationwide spree of burglaries that victimized high-profile athletes. The theft ring targeted athletes like Kansas City Chiefs players Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes, along with other in the NFL, NBA, and NHL, stealing over $2 million of goods, according to a criminal complaint filed by federal prosecutors in Florida. The men are charged with conspiracy to commit interstate transportation of stolen property. NBC News has learned the Trump administration is placing all U.S. aid employees in the United States and around the world on administrative leave, with the exception of designated personnel. The administration leave will take place in effect 1 minute before midnight tonight. The personnel exempt from the order include people involved in critical functions, core leadership, or specialty designated programs. Today, the Vatican said that the blood tests were showing mild signs of kidney failure for the Pope that is, quote, currently under control. It added that the Pope has not shown further respiratory crisis since last night. However, there are questions about his recovery timeline, the stability of his health, and future of his duties. Staying in health news, several recent outbreaks of the measles across the U.S. are raising alarms about public health, particularly as vaccine rates among children lag. All of this coming amid massive layoffs at the CDC. At least 700 people were laid off, including scientists in a lab program that helps investigate what causing diseases outbreaks. Jen Sullivan reports on the public health concerns.
The rise in measles cases across the country is igniting a public health concern. Over the weekend, cases in western Texas grew to 90 and 9 in New Mexico. It's the largest measles outbreak in Texas in 30 years.
This is a very serious and very dangerous measles epidemic.
Measles is a highly contagious airborne disease. General symptoms include a rash of red spots, fever, cough, and red watery eyes. While the vaccine won't prevent you from getting the measles, the efficacy rate for 1 dose is 93%, which is given to infants. The second dose, given to kids around 4 years old, is about 97% effective, according to medical experts. If you are vaccinated and catch it, Dr. Hotez says your symptoms will be much less severe. 285 cases were reported in the U.S. last year, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Medical experts say it's partially due to the decline in vaccine rates, and until those numbers go up, the number of measles cases will grow.
I'm hearing from colleagues on the ground there that there may be many more cases that still haven't yet been confirmed.
The measles outbreak comes amid massive layoffs at the CDC, which helps detect and prevent disease threats. Many fired employees expressing concerns over what these layoffs could mean for public health.
While I'm all for efficiency, if we do things the right way, if we go through a RIF, but the sledgehammer approach or just creating a list, knowing that those lists could be wrong and not correcting those things, and then just, firing people on a whim is unethical.
I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
After the break here on Coast TV News at 11, as we take a live look into Salisbury, we have a final check on your forecast next.
Coverage on the road, along the coast, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town, the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
Draper Media is searching for a full-time entry-level accountant. Successful candidates should have at least an associate's degree or equivalent experience. Candidates with experience in Sage Intacct will be given preference. It's an extremely detail-oriented job involving problem-solving. Join the Draper Media team today as our next accountant with full benefits. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back. Even if the paper is held up to the light, even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
With all the choices of services on Delmarva, where do you even begin? Trust experts of various fields with Delmarva Experts. Sponsored by Kitchen Concepts Plus, Chesapeake Eye Center, Apple Discount Drugs, FLC Energy, Spicer Brothers Construction, Mattress Peddlers, Homewell Care Services, Robinson's Jewelry and Coin Shop, Mast Audiology Services, Riptide Restoration, and Delmarva Dave. Visit DelmarvaExperts.com for various local professionals offering the best of Delmarva. Delmarva Experts, local experts right when you need them.
Coming up, Drew's got Oscar winner Halle Berry for the first time.
Monday at noon on Coast TV.
Rough week? Cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. Sign up for free now at coasttv.com/sign up and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox each Friday. The Milton Public Library is collecting books and audiobooks and other resources. The library's goal is to collect 100,000 physical items by June this year. Right now, they're currently at 44,000 items.
Well, we had the Arctic air last week, not this week coming up. We're going to be in the lower to mid-50s tomorrow, a marvelous day, wall-to-wall sunshine, and then as we go into your Tuesday, we're even milder, 62 degrees, partly cloudy skies, southwest winds anywhere between about 5 to 10 miles an hour. You get your latest forecast by calling the First Alert weather phone, and your Paul Davis 10-day forecast shows 61 on Wednesday, 64 on Thursday. Cold front comes through late in the day, bringing a round of some showers. Briefly cooler there into Friday before we see milder air back briefly Saturday, and then we'll see a cool shot of air late next week through early next week with temperatures in the lower 40s.
Thank you, Chris, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app, and we'll see you in just a few hours for Coast TV News Today, starting at 5 a.m. Have a great night.